Hey everyone and happy Friday. This is Jamie from MarketsFlow. It's the 20th of December and we're recording this partway through Friday as we bring you the weekly performance. I'm here with Tom. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing very well, Jamie. As we look to wrap the year, great festive spirits all around. This is our last webcast for the year, so very excited to be doing this with you.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to Christmas. Anyway, let's get started. This is Webcast 34 for MarketsFlow Portfolio Performance for the week ending 20th of December. Our podcast is recorded every Friday and is uploaded immediately on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel so that you can receive it as soon as it's available. MarketsFlow is an FCA authorised robo-advisor and digital wealth manager. We're also SEC authorised. Your deposits are protected by the FSCS for up to £85,000. Go to marketsflow.com to learn more about our portfolio performance. You can download our mobile app on the App Store or download it on Google Play. You can sign up and start investing from £10. Before we start, I'd like to run through our disclosures. As with any investment, your capital is at risk and any financial performance figures refer to the past, and that past is not a reliable indicator for the future. So having said that, let's cover the important subjects of how our portfolios performed this week.
Thank you, Jamie. Up to now, and as we're partway through Friday with a couple of hours to go before the market closes, our high growth portfolio is up 0.22% for the week. That takes it up to 8.08% since the launch of successful portfolios at the start of June. Net of fees, the growth portfolio is up 0.12% for the week. That takes it to 8.02% since the launch of the portfolios start of June, and the ISA portfolio is up 0.17% for the week. That takes it up to 4.89% since the launch of the portfolios, that is in June.
Fantastic, that sounds great. How was the market performing overall this week?
At the same time as we speak, the portfolios, that is the S&P 500 is strongly up at 1.62% for the week. Whilst our portfolios may not have fared as well as the market for this week, however, from a risk perspective, we've been performing very well by taking a cautious approach on our allocations.
So what about the allocation within the portfolios?
Like the previous week, our allocations have been very light, mainly in equities this week.
Fair enough. So we had a few questions on the community. Check that out, communities.marketflow.com. If you want to ask us any questions about the composition of portfolios and what they were. So what else other than equities is in the mix?
Sure. We do use options other than equities, but these are the two main asset classes we use. Now, we are heavily data-driven, and through data, we look at our allocations composition in terms of equities or options. The decision to drive that, there are multi-factor optimization strategies which we look at, and usually during times of high volatility, we would be more allocated in options as opposed to equities. But these are the two main classes.
And then I take it a bit of it depends on what we're doing that week and what's going on in the markets that week.
Indeed. It's all data-driven. It's all driven by the market and the underlying factors.
So how are the portfolios risk managed throughout the week?
We are taking, with the VIX levels, which is the volatility index exchange, at very, very low levels, we are taking a highly risk-managed approach in terms of cash weighting. So this week, along with the previous week, we are, whilst there is unfavorable news out of the US like the impeachment, we are taking a more cautious approach. The markets overall have largely been ignoring this news. We still have to maintain our cautious data-based approach. So we are light in terms of our allocations and mostly in cash.
Fair enough. So apart from it being Christmas, what are we looking forward to for the next couple of weeks?
We're certainly all looking forward to Christmas and the New Year. But other than today, we have about a week's trading to go for the end of the year. And it's been a really interesting year with sustained low volatility majority of the time. This contrasts with the previous year, but that is how markets go. They go in cycles. We're trying to maintain our consistent performance along with managing our volatility. So as we prepare for a low volume trading period in the next week, we're expecting not much activity other than the usual US political ramblings.
Fair enough. Yeah. Can you just give us an update on what else is on the horizon for MarketsFlow? I'm hearing some kind of mutterings about micro savings.
Not sure where you heard that from, but I think you might be hearing in the right direction. Yes, Jamie, it's very exciting what we're working on at the moment, and it is our effortless savings roadmap, which includes the roundups and the micro savings. So we've tied up with a very efficient institution which provides transactional details, and we are in the process of our FCA application. We will be looking to roll out our two products, which are very granular in nature compared to the other products in the market, and we're very excited because they do offer something unique to the market out there, and we can't wait to share that with our rest of our listening community.
So you heard it here first. It's a MarketFlow's podcast exclusive. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our podcast. Thanks for watching and listening to us. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Have a great weekend and a great Christmas, and we'll speak to you in the new year.
And just to wrap it up, Jamie, just want to wish our clients and our followers and everybody in the MarketsFlow community a very Merry Christmas and a great New Year to come. To look forward to. Sorry, let me repeat that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Okay. So that brings us to the end of our podcast. So that brings us to the end of our podcast. Have you got anything you'd like to add, Tom?
Well, other than the fact that I wish a very Merry Christmas to the MarketsFlow clients and the followers and everybody else who's part of the community, and we look forward to a fantastic 2020. Thank you for being part of MarketsFlow.
And thank you indeed. That brings us to the end of the podcast for the entire year. So Merry Christmas from me as well.